Most of my students, they are very scared to speak English. There's a voice within, accept what it is saying. Once you laugh at your mistakes, there's no going back. Failure is very natural. People who will try will fail or will pass.
You as a child, what was your opinion which has changed so far?
You should not attach your achievements with your happiness. Be happy in the moment that you are. Like you change your clothes, you'll have to change your resume according to the description, according to the things that they need.
I want you to drop some sort of tips, tricks and hacks for the people who are in their college right now, right?
People send you college not because they want you to get a degree. That's what I believe. Do not attach yourself just to the degree. If you go to any interview, it is very normal to feel nervous. Even I feel nervous. आप रिज्यूमे में फोटो लगा रहे हो तो इतनी लगाओ. आपका कंधा है, आप हो, और उसमें दांत मत दिखाओ. Just look, smile confidently.
Which is the book that you're reading right now? Are you reading books actually?
Whenever you are reading self-help and you get bored, go for fiction.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Skills at School. As I always say, this is that one school you never knew you needed. The guest that I have today, she has, I should not say that she only has one particular skill, but a lot of skills together. And, whenever we start our journeys, be it your corporate journeys or be it, whenever you are entering the college, you need those skills to be always, you need actually a person also to guide you with all those skills because, just searching on YouTube and finding on those skills, what are these, how to implement these is not actually enough. You always need a mentor and a guide. So the person that I have is always loved by students. She is not that old, I should say. She's very young, she's very bubbly, she's very fun, and she'll actually make your learning journey so much fun. So I should name her now. I should not take a lot of time. She is none other than Isha Chaudhary. So first of all, hi Isha, welcome to the Skills at School.
Thank you so much for having me, Charu, and I'm absolutely happy to be a part of this podcast today.
Same here. Let me tell the audience what exactly you've done, in the past, and then I'll come to you how actually your journey started because bahar se itne sare titles hain. Isha has so much on her name, be it, TFL certified, be it POSCO, be it Train the Trainer, she's a personality development trainer also. She has been into communication as well. She teaches communication, resume building, adaptability, according to a lot of stuff. इतना सब कुछ ईशा कैसे? मतलब ये शुरू कहाँ से हुआ and where are we standing today and what are you up to today?
So if I talk about where did it start, it's not, Baba Adam ke zamane ki baat nahi hai. It's very fresh right now. And I have all these certifications because I'm trying to learn everything. I don't know if it is a good thing or not, but I want myself to be equipped with every skill that is needed nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, when I talk about TEFL certification, I did it because, again, it is the teaching English as a foreign language. So if you want to put yourself out there, if you want to go above India as well, not above, beyond India, I would say. So that's how TEFL certification works. Now talking about Train the Trainer, because I am still learning and I feel that I will always be learning. So I did Train the Trainer certificate for that. And to be very honest, it was not the plan to be in this field, was not my own plan. I feel that it is destiny and somehow God is guiding me through it. Now, I am a very adventurous person and I am very much into sports. I am very much into learning new things. I play guitar as well. So, that's it about it. I want to be everything and I want to learn everything that is possible on this planet.
That's actually something, which gives me the energy or the inspiration because initially when I wanted to do everything, everyone was like, why do you want to do everything? Why? What is the need of doing it? Just do one thing, and do it so good that, you're perfect at it and then people come to you and all of those stuffs. But then looking at you, I feel like, no, there are people like me in the world who actually want to do a lot in their lives. Now, coming back to this, when you say this is destiny, right? Why do you say that? Like this actually came to you or, you had a plan like differently, you had something in their mind, pehle. How was it, like if you're comfortable sharing?
Yeah, for sure. And talking about plan, that's what I tell my students all the time, that we should not have any plan in this life because it doesn't work like the way we want it to. So ever since I was in 5th or 6th standard, a lot of people in my family, they have army background. So my father, he could not join it, so I took it as my own responsibility to fulfill the dream of my father. And it was my dream as well. I wanted to be an army officer, and I did everything during lockdown as well. I was studying, I was working hard, I was working out twice a day. I was doing everything. And I was very, very close to it. Say very close to it. It was
Okay.
just here, and I was not able to eat it because I had some medical issue. So after that, I did not wanted to feel the damage that it did to me, because I just had one plan in my life and it failed.
Yeah.
So then somehow I wanted to change something, but I did not know what to do. So I started by working in an IELTS institute.
Okay.
I was a student there. So after my masters, I applied to be a trainer, and they accepted me. And I'm really, really thankful to that one chance that I got. And during that time as well, I was not sure that I will be continuing it, or do I like it or not. I was
Yeah.
just numb, and I was doing it for the sake of it. But after that, Chandigarh group of colleges, they called me, and when I worked there for 6 months, then I thought that this is the thing that I want, because students, they are from all the backgrounds. A lot of people, most of my students, they are very, very scared to speak English.
Yeah.
मतलब इंग्लिश उन्हें ऐसे लगता है कि कोई फॉरेन लैंग्वेज है. इट इज़ अ फॉरेन लैंग्वेज, पर इंग्लिश उनको ऐसे लगता है कि अगर वो बोलना स्टार्ट करेंगे या कुछ, तो दे विल कोलैप्स. आई यूज टू हैव स्टूडेंट्स जो बोलना स्टार्ट करने, वो whenever they tried to speak English, they used to choke, they used to have red faces, and I'm not even kidding. They used to shake, their hands still shake when I call my students to speak up. But again, it is a very important skill nowadays. And now when I see that my students improve, and then they come to me, and when I see that from day one to one day when they start doing it, I feel that my purpose is being fulfilled. So now I like it. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can sense that energy. But there's one small thing that I catched over there. You know, when you realize that you had some medical issues and now army is not something. You know, at that particular period of time, like the way, you know, you started off something else because you didn't wanted to feel the hurt, the pain of it. But then there's a time when, you know, students actually get lost. So in that moment when they knew something or they wanted, see, you know, initially when they start, there's no one to guide them. They just have something in their mind, someone told them, or, you know, now they've made it in their mind that this is something that I want to do. But then on long-term basis, they do not resonate to it, or they do not align to it. And now because they don't know the other path, they actually feel lost at that particular period of time. So how do we come out of that? Because you've faced it, so I believe, you know, you're the right person to ask this question.
I totally agree with whatever you have said, and again I tell this to my students as well, that I have students, they are in CSE, AIML, some of them are doing electrical engineering, some of them, but they are very young.
Yeah.
And it is a trend in our country. I do not know about other countries, but it is a trend in our country that either you will be an engineer, लड़का है तो mostly engineering में डाल दो, और लड़की भी आजकल तो कोई फ़र्क नहीं है वैसा, but engineering को ऐसे देखा जाता है कि engineer बनाएंगे तो best है.
Best है.
But I tell my student and I warn them about it, that if you are in this CSE, AIML, or if you are doing electrical engineering, it is just a profession and it is not you. So do not combine your personality with it. After 5 years, you may feel that you do not even want it. And after 10 years, you may feel that you do not want what you are doing right now. So the only thing is, you should be very, very open to life. Be very open to life, be very open to new experiences, and accept what is, there's a voice within, accept what it is saying.
Yeah.
Because if you will keep following what the other people will tell you, you will feel lost all the time. And you are talking about students feeling lost after starting their journey.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that the students that I work very closely with, my students, they are very young. They are 18, they are 20, they are 21, 23, 24. And they are lost now as well. They haven't started anything yet. But they are lost. Someone says that I wanted to be a gamer, but my family didn't allow me. Someone says that I want to paint, but my family is not allowing me. And I tell them that there is only one thing that you can do in this condition, because abhi your family is funding you. Your father is funding you. So you cannot go against them if you don't have any money. What if they say that मेरे पैसों पे पल रहा है और अभी जा, जो करना है कर. तो अभी it's not the time that you rebel a lot. I tell them to build a future as of now. Whatever you are doing, study hard. gain more skills, and also do whatever you like as well. If you like painting, take some time out and paint, but focus on what will give you money as of now. Once you'll have money, you'll have a lot of things to experience in life.
Yeah.
So according to me, people should be very, very adaptable. Life will come at you and you'll have to accept it. If it is good, you'll have to accept it. If it is bad, you'll have to accept it.
Yeah. You know, I feel like this mentality has to be there. This thing has to be there in their minds, you know, from the start itself. That if, you know, something that you want doesn't work out, that means life isn't ended over there, or life doesn't end over there. You know, if you are like the way we used to see, you know, people going to quota and then trigger warning to the people who are watching it. You know, we had seen suicidal cases as well, because they feel like इसके आगे life है ही नहीं. You know, they've never seen life out of there. So, you know, you watching you that, you know, you also had a dream, and then that dream somewhere or the other didn't happen. But then that's okay. We have bigger things. We have more good things in life that can happen. And coming back to the second thing, when you said that these people choke, these people shiver, you know, speaking in English, and they feel like that this is something that is not happening with them. So how do you deal with these students? What do you exactly do?
Nobody taught me how to teach.
Okay.
That's how I don't know, I'm starting, I learned it myself.
Yeah.
So I feel that I was the same student that used to be read when somebody asked them English questions.
Okay.
So I wanted one thing during that time. I wanted someone to tell me that it is okay if you are not able to speak it. You are in a very safe space. So that's what I do. If I am there, if I am in a class, I'll have them for 6 months. If I am giving my own online classes, I'll have them for at least 3 months. So I tell them it is okay. Students, people, they take life very, very seriously. English नहीं बोल पा रहे तो oh my god, shit, बेइज्जती हो जाएगी. वो कैसे हंसेगा, वो कैसे हंसेगा. But the thing is that you should provide people who are not, you know, feeling safe. You should firstly provide them safe space, and that's what I do. I make them believe that it is just a very simple thing. It is just a language. I am learning new languages. You can learn this language. It is very easy. It is that easy. And you speak जैसे आप हिंदी बोलते हो, क्योंकि आपका environment हिंदी वाला है, आपने अपने parents को हिंदी बोलते हुए सुना है, तो ऐसे ही आप English भी सीख जाओगे. तो provide them safe space. Tell them it is very, very okay, and it happens with everyone.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I give them their space. I tell them to make mistakes. I tell them to laugh at themselves, and I laugh at themselves as well. This is one thing that my students they say that they like about me, that I never act like very strict
Teacher.
yes.
Yeah.
If they make mistake, I laugh at them like, you know, like we are just friends. So they feel that, and they laugh too.
Yeah.
And once you laugh at your mistakes, there's no going back. एक बार हंसोगे अपनी गलती पे, फिर आपको वो गलती नहीं लगेगी इतनी बड़ी. So I feel people should provide more safe space to people nowadays.
Yeah. I feel like एक बार अगर आप भी खुद हंस दोगे उस गलती पे ना, तो सामने वाला हंसेगा तो बुरा नहीं लगेगा, because you
Exactly.
yourself are laughing at it, right? Oh God, this is so nice. And you know, we never thought that speaking in English would come back to making a safe space.
Exactly.
Yeah, we never thought it that way, that, you know, because, and it's not just about English. If you see, technically, if you want to make anyone learn anything, you have to make a safe space around it.
Exactly.
And that's how the other person feels comfortable, and they come out of their own space. All right. Now, coming back to, you know, you yourself are very young, like the way you said, and then you have these young students and everything. आपको कहीं ना कहीं, you know, you don't feel like कि schools में कुछ change होना चाहिए था, you know, something there is, you know, wrong happening in our education system or in the schools that we have. There should be something extra that would have been taught. Don't you feel like that?
When we talk about teaching extra, there, first of all, I would like to say that there are a lot of things that are wrong in our education system. But one thing that I feel that everyone should learn is that failing is very natural. You should teach them in school कि अगर fail हो भी गए हो तो कोई पहाड़ नहीं टूट रहा. When I talk to my students, और वो इतने young है, again they are 22, and they are saying कि एक बार 8th में ऐसे हुआ था मेरे साथ, तब से मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं हुई वो करने की. या फिर एक बार 10th में ऐसे हुआ था, या फिर again as you mentioned about quota, students going to quota and then going in the wrong direction. Because we do not tell them that it is very natural to fail, they take it as a burden.
Yeah.
Everyone will tell you that if you will work hard, you will succeed for sure. If you will put your 100% into something, you will succeed for sure. And I always tell my student that I worked hard, I gave my 200% into something, and I still failed. I do not know if it was my mistake, if it was destiny, but I failed. And I had nothing but to accept it. So again, failure is very, very natural. People who will try will fail or will pass.
Yeah.
But if you will make a big deal out of it, and that will start from your, firstly, the teachers that are in the school, because the students are still raw. They can learn, they can adapt. And your parents at home. If they tell you that fail, it's fine. Even if you fail, it is fine. Even if you win, it is good. If you fail, it's fine. Do not take a burden of it. Then I feel student will release a lot more burden, and they'll try more things. Because once you fail, I have seen my students, they fail something and they never tried anything after that. Because they are scared of that feeling of failure. Because everyone, if someone fails, everyone sees them as कोई गुनाह कर दिया उन्होंने, कोई कोटा गया. Why do you think that people, the students, they are committing suicide? See, parents, they invest money.
Yeah.
First burden on student. Second, the burden that everyone is achieving it, and I want to be special. एक तो जब से Instagram पे लोग ज़्यादा indulge हुए हैं, there's this thinking, this thought process that everyone wants to be best everywhere. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be average. But according to me, there is nothing such as average. People have their life, they have their stories, they have their past, they have their own perceptions about life. So what is average? मुझे एवरेज नहीं बनना है तो इतना बर्डन ले लिया, इतना बर्डन ले लिया. फिर अगर एक छोटा सा एग्जाम है उसमें फेल हो गए तो जिंदगी खत्म. सो आई फील टीच देम इट इज़ फाइन टू फेल, and teach them life is more than being, passing and failing.
Yeah. It should not be a big deal, when someone fails in even the class. Like the teachers make it so big, you failed and this and that, and the parents are being called, and then the parents also scold the child, like as if they've done a crime sort of a stuff. It's nothing wrong, maybe that person is having an interest somewhere else.
Exactly.
He's not meant to study. Not every person has the same thing. And there has been other opinions as well that we all have about it. So, you as a child, what was your opinion which has changed so far?
I would say that somewhere it has changed, but I'm still not able to accept it. So my opinion is that I thought that if I want to be happy in life, I'll have to achieve something.
Okay.
All right? अगर मुझे खुश रहना है तो मुझे कुछ अचीव करना पड़ेगा. तो मुझे खुश ही नहीं रहना. मतलब I delayed my happiness all the time. If I felt a little happy, I used to feel very guilty about it, and I still do. So I work all day, all week, and on Sundays, if I am watching Netflix और 20 मिनट से ज़्यादा मैंने Netflix देख लिया, I feel so guilty, and I start hating myself कि Netflix देख रही है, कुछ और कर. Do something. You are not doing anything. Do something. Do something. So according to me, it is a very wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I want to tell people that you should never be like that, because if you start delaying your happiness like it, you will never be happy. And about achievements are different, and being happy is different. I am sitting here, I'm feeling happy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But am I feeling achievement? Maybe not. Again, so this is the one thing that I have felt as a child, and I still feel it now, and I think that I'll be feeling it forever, and I don't want to. But I want to tell everyone that you should not attach your achievements with your happiness. Be happy in the moment that you are, and just accept yourself as you are.
It brings me back to, I don't know, I don't remember a guest that I had, and they said, happiness is always a choice. It's not bound to anything. It's never bound to the achievements. It's never bound to the success that you make. It's never bound to, how your parents will be proud, or how proud your parents will be, that way. It's always, like he just, I'll tell you this because you have this also in yourself, and, a lot of audience would also have it. It's just like, if you want to be happy, just smile randomly and you'll be happy. You don't have to have even a reason to be happy. That's how simple it is. But then, I feel like hamari ko na, like we've been shaped in such a way that we don't even see outside the box.
Right.
we have like जिसको जितना आता है, जिसको जितना जितना सुना है या जितना पता है ना, हम उसी के अंदर एकदम ऐसे हो चुके हैं. And then outside also we don't feel like a safe space, so we don't even come out of that, like,
True that.
again. Also, because you have a lot of stuffs that you teach on, like the way you said, these people choke in fear of speaking. I feel like there is a lot of fear when it comes to public speaking also, right? And then you speak about that, and then you also teach about personality, right? And then not even just speaking in English, but then communicating, and then soft skills, right? You have a bunch of knowledge when it comes to all of these things. So I would like to have a little piece of masterclass from you to the audience, that you give them an understanding of why all of these things are important, how these are interlinked, and how or what is needed. So at times, people feel like that they don't know how to communicate, but the issue is never communication. Maybe the issue is they don't know how to speak English, right? So I want you to help them with what exactly these things are, and for them to after listening to this podcast, they should know where exactly they're standing and what they should come up. क्योंकि awareness वो पहला step है, जो अगर वो ही नहीं होगा तो फिर I don't feel like we can go to someone also to ask, right? All yours.
So the first thing is the acceptance that English is just a language, like any other language. I am learning Japanese right now. So if I can learn Japanese, you can learn English. First is come out of the fear that it is something big. It is not big. It's just a language. Learn it, accept it. And why do we need English? Because again, nowadays in corporates everywhere, people they are from different backgrounds. So if you want to stand somewhere, you'll have to have the knowledge of English. Second is that people do not fail in communication. What I believe is that if you have clarity of what you want to speak and what you want to communicate, you'll communicate a lot better. So before speaking, think about what you want to speak. You can make little bullet points in your mind and then you can speak. If you speak like that, your communication would be a lot more easier and impactful. Then again, if you want to learn English, if you want to adapt it, make your environment around English. Talk in English, listen in English. And again, there's this saying, I walk in English, I talk in English, I eat in English. You should follow that, because अगर आपका environment वैसा होगा तो आपका brain adapt करेगा उस चीज़ को. अगर आप English बोलोगे तो आपका tongue adapt करेगा उस चीज़ को. You will have to adapt yourself to the environment that makes English familiar to you. Now, talking about personality, it is very, very important nowadays on to how you showcase yourself. Because then again, I have seen myself, I have got a lot of benefit from the personality that I carry. I went somewhere, I did not have any knowledge about the job that I was applying to, but I went there and I smiled and I confidently introduced myself and they hired me. And that's how I got my first job. So again, if you have a good personality, you'll have good authority over people. And because now in corporates, students of every age go there. When you'll go as a fresher, you'll be very young, but you'll see a lot of seniors there. So if you'll not have a voice, they will take you for granted. And again, there is a lot of politics in corporate as well. So if you do not have a strong personality, if you do not know how to put your words forward, you'll be failing there. So that is all about it. And if you ever feel that you need an elder sister or a mentor to talk to, you can always come to me and I'll talk with you for free.
That was a good marketing stunt, I should say. For free. I mean, of course, Isha is always there to guide you for. And I am really thankful and grateful that you gave them just a gist of it, to start with. Also, because you talk about resume building a lot. And, because you said that your personality made, you get a particular job, like your first job itself, right? But then there is a lot happening when we people build our resumes, and now AI, because these people have inbuilt AI into their resumes also, and then it's the same copy paste model and it's not actually them.
Right.
So, what do you feel like? What are those mistakes that these people are doing?
First of all, I would like to mention that there are a lot of AI tools that will help you build your resume and your CV, but students and people, they are not taking benefits of it.
Okay.
I do not know why people need other person to guide them in everything when you have internet on your hand. You can do anything, you can search anything and you'll get your answers. Again, nowadays they are, as you mentioned, people are selecting it, shortlisting it through ATS.
ATS, yeah.
if you do not if your job description is not matching what is given or being mentioned in your resume, you will not be shortlisted and there will be no interview call. So first of all, and one more thing that I have seen, that students and people, they make a resume and they'll paste it everywhere.
Yeah, same one.
Again, I keep repeating it, like you change your clothes, you'll have to change your resume according to the description, according to the things that they need. All right. And the mistake is that some people, they make their resume very fancy. A lot of colors are there. They are blooming and popping here and there. Then there are these big bullet points that are looking like a bindi everywhere. You do not have to do that.
Yeah.
Resume is a professional letter of yours that will showcase how you are and how good you are. So always focus on showing yourself as a professional. I have seen people and my students, so I told them that if you do not have a professional picture of yours, give it to Google Gemini and tell them that you need a this, and you will be getting a professional picture. I have seen my students standing like Brad Pitt over there. If you want a good resume, you'll have to have a photo जो यहाँ तक है, आपका कंधा, आपका मुंह. Oh my God. अगर आप रिज्यूमे में फोटो लगा रहे हो तो इतनी लगाओ, आपका कंधा है, आप हो, और उसमें दांत मत दिखाओ. Just look, smile confidently, smile like this, and I don't know, because, and yes, I would suggest that अगर कंपनी स्पेसिफाई नहीं कर रही है that they do not need any photo, if you can paste your photo again, but it should be professional. क्योंकि अगर आपकी फोटो है वहाँ पे, see, if there is some information, और आपके पास 2 रेज्यूमे है, एक में सिर्फ इन्फॉर्मेशन है, दूसरे में इतना सा छोटा सा बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोफेशनल फोटो है, लेकिन तो आई विल हैव सम पिक्चर ऑफ दैट पर्सन इन माई माइंड एंड इट इज साइकोलॉजिकल दैट आई विल बी अट्रैक्टेड टू दिस रेज्यूमे बिकॉज आई कैन हैव अ फेस देयर एंड पीपल दे लुक एट योर फेस बिकॉज फेस इज अगेन a trust factor. So I would suggest, if you can use a professional photo, please use it, but do not wear polo t-shirts and paste it there. Do not have your hair spiked. Do not have a lot of, colorful pins here and there.
Yeah.
Because I see that happening a lot. Do not mention that you won football club in your resume. People do that. Do not mention that you can cook. That is your hobby. Why are you doing it?
What will they do of your cooking skills?
Again, there is no such section as hobby section in your resume.
Yeah.
There is a section of interest. If you have interest which is matching their job description, then you write it. Otherwise, avoid it. Talking about language, people, my students and a lot of people, they write language, English, Hindi, Punjabi. What do you mean? Everyone knows Hindi. You should know English. And about Punjabi, they will, I don't think, care about it. Avoid the language section as soon as you do not know any foreign language or any language of India as well, which is Bengali, Tamil, something which is not of your state language, something that you have learned. So yes, that's it about it.
मेरे को लगता है कि इतने सारे ट्रुथ बॉम्ब छोड़ दिए ना हमने हमारे लिए. Apart that also, like the way you said, do not use a professional picture and these stuffs like that. Smile a little. There are some basic etiquettes also, like a very younger, not younger I should say, a very junior profile or portfolio of personality, that they have to have some etiquettes while sitting in front of the interviewer. Can you guide us on that as well, please?
Again, I will tell my people that if you go to any interview, it is very normal to feel nervous. Even I feel nervous. Even you will feel nervous. No matter how many interviews we'll go, we will always feel nervous. So first of all, accept that it is it is very normal to feel nervous. Second is that the first etiquette is wear good professional clothes. Again, I have seen people, your pant is not fitting और वो ऊंची है इतनी, it freaks me out. If I am the HR and I'll see someone जिसकी पैंट ऊंची है, मैं उसको मेंटली पहले ही रिजेक्ट कर दूंगी. तुम मुझे आके अपनी कितनी ही स्किल्स बता लो, तुम हैकाथॉन में जीत गए, तुम मुझे बता दो. I will not hire you, because again, when we talk about corporate or when we talk about offices, if they hire you, you will represent them. If you are representing them, if I am someone from Deloitte, and if I hire you, you will be representing Deloitte.
Deloitte.
I cannot hire someone whose pant is itne ऊंची, right? Wear good clothes, present yourself beautifully, very naturally. Do not feel afraid to be honest when you are in an interview. Your hair should be combed properly. If you are a girl, if you are a boy, take care of your hair. Again, when you speak, spit should not come out of your mouth.
Yeah, very important.
It is shocking that it is a very normal etiquette, but we still miss it. Some people, when they speak, they spit it out. And if I'll be your HR, if I'll be someone who will be giving you promotion, I will reject you then and there if you have a body order. If you are spitting, and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm judging someone, it's not judging, it is very basic. It is basic. If you are in an office, you will be representing them. So you'll have to work on yourself a lot before going there. Then once you enter, do not sit before you are being told to sit. Stand there, stand like a gentlewoman or a gentleman. Your hand should be like this, or maybe at the back. Or if you are holding something, hold it confidently. Wish them as soon as you enter. Give a very subtle and nice smile. And it is okay to take some time out. If you walk through stairs and you are out of breath, it's not like कोई इंटरव्यूअर है तो वो आपको हर चीज़ पे ऐसे काट काट के बहुत ज़्यादा जज कर रहा है. वो भी इंसान है, आप भी इंसान हो. तो आप आए हो, tell them that you need some time to breathe. Tell them that you want water. It is completely natural.
And it should not come out of that they're scared of everything, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes we do make mistakes just because we are scared. We're here and there, right? So how do you deal, like how do you calm yourself with that? Like the way you said, it's very okay to be nervous, right? But then sometimes we panic in nervousness, right? We do not want that nervousness to increase. Can we do something to, make sure that we are calm in that particular period of time?
Not talking about just that particular period of time, but people are anyways nervous all the time and anyways stressed all the time. I feel my mother always suggests me, and because I really need it, that you should indulge meditation into your routine nowadays. It is very, very important to do meditation, to practice meditation. If you practice meditation, you will have a controlled breathing and you'll have some sense of, calmness in yourself if you practice it long enough. First is indulge in it in your daily routine, that you meditate. No matter what your age is, no matter what your profession is, if you meditate, you'll be a very different person from the person who do not meditate. Second is that for that particular period of time when you are panicking, two things that works really well for me is breathing practice. Breathe. So there are a lot of breathing practices. First is you inhale, you wait for 5 seconds, and then you exhale. Then you inhale for 5 seconds, you wait for 5 seconds, and then you exhale for 5 seconds. So it calms your nervous system down. It will instantly make you feel, again, confident and calm. Second is self-talk. Tell yourself why you are here for. You are scared, but tell yourself, I am here because I want to give this interview and I want to be selected. I will do good. I have all these skills. I will do better. And it is okay to be scared. Tell yourself that it is okay to be scared. Tell yourself कि दिक्कत हो रही है, I know, पर ठीक हो जाएगा. Interview ही तो है वो, they'll not eat me. Tell yourself, crack jokes for yourself. And something that again works well for me is that I have these not narcissistic, it is a big word, but I have these songs for myself, me, myself and I, solo, all right, and superstar and all these songs. So whenever I'm going somewhere that is important to me, I listen to these songs and I feel like the main character of my life. And if you feel like that, I will tell you that you'll be doing good.
Yeah, you'll crack it.
That's how it is.
All right, that was really amazing having a bunch of conversation. While coming to at the end of the podcast, I want you to drop some sort of tips, tricks and hacks for the people who are in their college right now, right? These 3 years or 4 years of your journey, it can actually spark things up, right? Some people, they get lost in the middle. They are trying to find out something else, then they go somewhere else, like the way in the start we had a conversation about that. Some people actually find their passion. Some people go to a complete different direction from there, right? But then because you deal with these young people, you know what challenges these people have been facing, right? So how do you want to to guide them to go through these 3 or 4 years of their life, which will, change the track of the story?
Uh, when you are in college, nobody told me this, and I am hoping nobody told you this.
Yeah.
Nobody told us anything about it. But when you are in college, you'll have the best time of your life because parents will be funding you. Most of the parents fund, and I'm sorry to all those students whose parents are not able to fund them.
Yeah.
But your parents fund you, and you have a lot of chance. There are a lot of clubs in colleges. There are a lot of things happening outside your college. There are a lot of things where you can volunteer. There are workshops. There are modeling workshops. There are AI workshops. There are sports. There are so many things. So the college, people send you college not because they want you to get a degree. That's what I believe. Do not attach yourself just to the degree. College में exam है तो बस थोड़ा पढ़ लिया, उसके बाद phone चला रहे हैं सारा दिन. Because that's what I have seen nowadays. बस phone चला रहे हैं, सिर्फ phone चला रहे हैं.
all the time
What is happening? सिर्फ phone चला रहे हो. In life, we have so many things to learn.
Yeah.
I would suggest my students or anyone who's watching it, that go out there and explore yourself. Volunteer somewhere, watch new movies, maybe act. It's not like अगर मुझे acting नहीं भी पसंद है या मुझे नहीं भी career चाहिए acting में, you can still give it a try. When you go out there and try a lot of different things, that's how you'll know yourself. So know yourself, explore as much as you can, participate as much as you can, keep your studies at one side, but all this, the other time that you have, play sports, learn martial arts. Girls must learn self-defense. Do learn it. Join spoken English classes, join singing classes if you want for 1 month. Do it, join it. Try to find yourself, and in these 4 years, having done all these things, you will reach a level of maturity in comparison to the students who doesn't have.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest advice, and again, nobody gave it to us, but I still was here and there in NCC, in this, in that, and it has taught me a lot.
Yeah, I feel like, हम लोग थोड़ा सा आगे शायद इसलिए निकले, या थोड़ा सा भी नहीं, मतलब just a little out of the box, because हमने हाथ पैर मारे. The maximum that will happen with you people is you will recognize that this is not something that I want.
Exactly.
That is all that will happen. And honestly, I was the eldest daughter, of my home. No one, I had no one. I'm pretty sure she had no one. But now you have Isha with you, right? As an elder sister, as a safe space, as a mentor, like whatever you want to call her down. So, when you have someone, go and seek advice, and the best part of everything is she'll guide you for nothing at all. So, when you are in your college time, do go to people who inspire you to do something of that sort, whom you see and you feel like that, this is the space that I can always be, learn, take guidance or seek help from. So she's one of them, and, I feel like she is the one who came to our podcast, and it's a blessing, or we are actually grateful to have you over here, because if you wouldn't have been here, they would have never known you. So thank you so much for coming. It was an amazing, conversation with you. At the end, we do play a rapid fire round. I'll also play with you. But then before that, do you have anything to say them before we go towards the end?
Okay, so I would like to tell you that I do have a page which I recently started naming Professor of Presence. And in Professor of Presence, I will try my best. I'll start posting videos. It is just taking a little long because I'm occupied with some things. So I am planning to post videos or maybe stories that can help people, and specifically students that need it. So if you want to join me there, you can surely join me. And it is on Instagram, naming Professor of Presence. And after that, you can also contact me. As I told you, you can text me anytime that you want, and I will talk to you. And in the Professor of Presence, I will have some modules. And first of all, as I mentioned in podcast as well, my first thing in the module would be to make you feel safe, to give you the safe space, and then we'll learn. We'll learn, and I assure you that if you will come to me, sooner or later, you will never forget me, because I will change your life for sure.
All right, so that's how we come to an end of the podcast. A little rapid fire round will be, what is your go-to song right now?
Please don't ask me that. Okay, my go-to song is Something Just Like This. I need something just like this.
Oh, nice.
That's my best.
And what is okay? Not what is, I should say. Which is the book that you're reading right now? Are you reading books actually?
Yes, I read a lot of books. A lot of books. I have a library at my house as well. So the book that I'm reading right now is it's a fiction. The Ladies of Tehran.
Okay. Now, quick question over here. Like, it can be a myth also. People say frictional books aren't that great, and then it doesn't give you much, as such. Is it the case?
It's not the case. It's not the case. I started my reading journey through fictional books as well, only because when you start reading fictional books ही आपको इंटरेस्ट देंगी. आप सेल्फ हेल्प नहीं पढ़ सकते, आप बोर हो जाओगे. मैंने बहुत सेल्फ हेल्प पढ़ी हैं, बिलीव मी, एंड आई फील दैट दे हैव गिवन अ लॉट टू मी एज वेल. Fictional books give you creativity, they give you expansion of brain, because someone somewhere has written it and you imagine those things, so it expands your brain. You should go for fictional books for sure. Whenever you are reading self help and you get bored, go for fictional.
They'll actually make you complete a book.
Exactly.
क्योंकि सेल्फ हेल्प बुक में पढ़ पढ़ के थक चुकी हूँ, मैं खत्म ही नहीं कर पाई हूँ.
It keeps going on and on and on and on.
Yeah, and then
same thing in every book.
You won't believe, whenever I say, okay, fine, I'll read a fictional book, people say, what does it has to do? It makes you learn nothing. And I'm like, let me at least start having the habit of reading. Let me at least.
It gives you a fresh perspective. It opens your imagination. It improves your vocabulary. It helps you imagine things that are not real.
Yeah.
And life should be like that only.
All right, then that's how we come to an end of the podcast. Thank you so much, Isha, for coming. It was lovely having you, and I am crossing fingers that the audience loves you so much that I have to call you back again. All right, bye everyone.